In a world where everyone talks the same, one man dares talk like himself through the tyranny of expectations and the agony of persuasion. Watch how one man, or maybe it's a woman, I'm not entirely sure, triumphs over impossible odds. Universal Web Productions presents... Hi. Stevie's idea isn't all bad. In marketing, you do have to be willing to look different. You do have to be brief, and you do have to stand for something. And finally, the idea of packaging all that up into a trailer, well, he may be onto something. Hi, I'm Steve Washer, and welcome to the 5-Minute Authority, where you can learn about designing a path of attraction that leads right back to your business. Now, where was I? Oh, right, the trailer. So, in a previous video, we talked about YouTube's, well, let's call it generosity in letting you have way more views than they charge you for in your ads. Today, we're taking it to the next level. First of all, this trailer technique is perfect if you have a video series as part of your content carousel. They're almost ideally suited to make trailers because they contain 3 essential things that make ads work. 1 is a counterintuitive idea. 2, they help demonstrate how you can help. And 3, they do so in an engaging way. So, if you want more people to watch those videos, why not give YouTube a better way to send them to you by giving them a summary of those videos? If you do, the percentage of people watching your ad all the way through is bound to go up by at least 50%. More people watching your video all the way through means hundreds or perhaps thousands of extra visitors to your blog, gobbling up your lovingly crafted content. But how do you do that? Let's make it as easy as possible, because after all, you're now making 2 videos per period instead of 1, and we don't want to make it any more time-consuming than we absolutely must, right? So the fastest way to do this is to edit your final video into smaller sections. Think of it like an episodic TV show. If you haven't watched TV in a while, it goes something like this. Previously on the 5-Minute Authority. Then you just quickly go from shot to shot with fast transitions until the viewer is reminded of what they watched before. What's really happening, though, is that the whole story is being told, only without the nuance. So, in each shot you choose, you capture the essence of the point that that section of the video was about. The sum total of those points is the story of that video without the nuance, or in our case, without the details that make what you're talking about actually work. For instance, if I was going to capture everything in this video that happened up until right now, I would take a couple of shots from earlier, but reverse the order and make one shorter than the other. So it might look like this. Stevie's idea isn't all bad. In marketing, you do have to stand out. You do have to be brief, and you do have to stand for something. And finally, the idea of packaging all that up into a trailer, well, he may be onto something. In a world where everyone talks the same, one man dares talk like himself through the tyranny of expectations.
And you just repeat that sequence until you've covered all the main points. That should put you at around 50 seconds. Then you do a little call to action, which would be the only additional shot you'd have to get for this entire trailer, which brings it to a minute. Because in a previous video, I already gave you a way to position the beginning of your ad, and that can already be sitting on your timeline. That little 10-second piece at the end just needs to make a promise, acknowledge once more that this is an ad, and send them on their way. Something like this. I think it's worth a look if it can raise your ad retention rate by 50%. It's okay to just click on it now so you can bookmark it, then come back and watch the video we interrupted for you. So enjoy your show, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so let's talk about the tone of the ad. Ads are more sexy and less intimate, more group-facing and less individual-facing, more pop culture-oriented and less idiosyncratic, more upbeat and less nuanced. That should be reflected in your music choices because that's going to be the main difference between your trailer and your final video. Well, that and the pace. And of course, I hope you can see that since this video is reaching strangers, you want it to be of the highest quality you can manage. And that's all anyone can ask. And there will be a fair amount of forgiveness if your ideas are attractive, which is what the content carousel is all about. I hope that serves you. I think Stevie's had his nose on the blackboard long enough. I'm going to go let him off the hook.
And if you have an ad, give us a link. I'm sure a lot of folks here would love to see it. I'm Steve Washer. See you next time on the 5 Minute Authority.